Let's go for the next talk, that type that connects us with our roots. Kanaka Ananth, Director, Maniam Marketing Services Private Limited, India. Will you please come and present yourself?
Thank you, Typo Day, for this opportunity. And I think it's nostalgic for me because as a design student, I was part of the Design for Children conference, which Professor Ravi Puya had done many years back, and I presented a paper. Now coming back to the Typo Day as a entrepreneur, as a design studio founder, it's really interesting to come back and share my work. So I just want to start with a backstory. So I was a design educator, a mentor for more than 15 years of my life, where I guided students across different projects and courses, design process to system design. And suddenly there's a turning point in my life when I lost my only sibling. Who was running Maniam's as a consulting firm. And he always said that, there are no extraordinary people. And when ordinary people, when they are faced with extraordinary circumstances, they are capable of doing amazing things. So this led me to take over Maniam's around a year and a half back. And I decided design being my strength, I transformed the whole company to a design studio. And having worked in the being a toy and game designer from the first batch of NID, I had worked in the toy industry for many years, and there was always this lingering thought in my mind that we have this amazing skills of artisans in India. And if you see the toy industry, mostly the Indian companies were replicating the same product. So Jenga, you will find it renamed as Zenga, or the color is changed, or there's some element added to it. And if you see the artisans, they were making idols and religious objects, and they were also replicating the plastic toy and wood. So I found this big gap which was there in the market. This led me to a complete study of the toy market, where I researched along with my team, speaking to parents, and I understood how parents were looking for sustainable products now. They wanted wooden products, and parents were looking for products that had Indian values. And many of the products in the market were actually not looking at the creative child, and where it develops the creative thinking or the innovative thinking of children. So this came down to the goal that I wanted to achieve as a brand, that we develop products that are inspired from Indian culture. They are handmade by artisans, taking their skill, and we wanted to make it a sustainable brand. And also we wanted to become a part of Indian homes. And that's when I started researching on the first product we wanted to develop as a brand. So we looked at puzzles as a interesting product because it helps in the logical thinking and creative thinking of children. So we looked at the cognitive stages of child development. We looked at memory, and we realized how visual shape memory works, how children actually look at forms and colors and visual elements. And being in South India, Kolam is a very integral part of our daily lives. And it has a very sustainable, beautiful meaning or metaphor, where people actually use rice powder to draw the Kolam motif. And actually it helps ants and insects to eat it. So that's the whole beautiful metaphor, and it connected with our, the whole story that we were building on. So this led us as a team to study Kolam patterns, and we came down to certain elements which actually, when they integrated, created endless number of Kolam motifs. So we first tested it with children, and we developed different types of graphical cards, to see, how the children are visualizing the element. So this gave us insight that, because their fine motor skills are just developing, there was an element of, they were not able to keep things precisely. So we refined our whole prototype, and you can see below the, refined prototype where, when children places it in a very precise way. And then we looked at Rangoli as a motif, like Kolam has a mirror symmetry, and Rangoli has a very, rotational symmetry. So we studied Rangoli motifs that we use in our daily lives, came down to certain shapes, and then we again followed the same design process of testing it with children and refining it. And this led to our first prototype where we used our brand color, and we made two versions. One was natural. Being a designer, we love the whole feel of wood finish, and a colored version. We tested it with elderly and children with special needs like autism, and we found that how elderly who have Alzheimer and dementia, actually when they work with such puzzles, it helps in their overall brain functioning. And autistic children are very much into patterns, and it really helps them. So we got positive response from special educators. So this was the Kolam final product that we developed, and we used a brand color, and you can make endless number of patterns with the same pieces. Now, the next step was the packaging. We wanted to use a very sustainable method, and we found in our research how people were just throwing away printed boxes, and so much of ink and paper is wasted. And we also wanted to do something so that our packaging actually helps basket weavers. So a whole product of our brand comes in a bamboo basket, and we have very limited print element which comes on the top. And we also did an unboxing experience, because we wanted when a child takes the toy, they should have this wow factor when they open it. And also the product, actually people use it, keep it back in the bamboo basket, so there's a usability, it helps in their overall play value. Then we went on to studying how can we use patterns to actually create alphabets. And we started using this shapes, and we came down to alphabets that we can create with this. And we created alphabets of capital letter and small letter, numbers, and we looked at we gave it to children to see how they use it to create the alphabets of fonts. So here you can see these are all 3-year-olds using our pattern cards and booklet, and working on the patterns. And we worked out the shape, looking at the ergonomics, keeping it so that it's easy for them to hold and place. This is the first set of alphabets which the children created using the same Kolam motif. And this is the final product where we use the same shapes to create alphabets, patterns, and basic geometrical shape like rectangle, triangle, square. Then now we wanted to integrate it into the school methodology of teaching. So we found, like, I can connect it with Dr. Anju's talk yesterday, where Montessori Waldorf schools actually have this technique of form drawing, where the whole body movement, and they run, and we were all doing that exercise of walk and run the shape, place it in the air. So the same process is followed here. So the children actually make the pattern, they draw it in the air, and then they visualize it and bring it on paper or slate. And the same method can be used to actually transform and visualize the alphabets. And the beauty about the whole product is that when we make E, F, you're removing the pieces and making. So they realize that, okay, E has 3 lines. F, if I remove the bottom line, it will create F. So they actually memorize the shape much easily in this product. And here you can see now kindergarten schools have started using our product, and we have got a very good response from teachers. They say that children remember the alphabet much easier. So they start them with making just the pattern first, then slowly introduce the alphabets, and then they place each. And here what's happening is each alphabet, they are keeping each piece to create the alphabet. So they understand the visual form of the alphabet. And when we gave it to senior citizens, they had this nostalgia about making Kolam, such motives in their young days, and now because of age they can't really bend down and draw. So we created a Kolam Pro version which has more number of pieces, and elderly can actually make a large number of complex shapes with the pieces. So here you can see how a child in all the way in California is using our Kolam for their Golu, we call it, where you keep these Golu dolls for Navratri. Somebody has used it for Diwali. And here you can see a kindergarten school who has sent us this photograph, how the child is making the alphabet F. And this is the first product we developed as a brand, and we're happy to say we got the Toykathon award for this product in the creative and logical reasoning category. And now these are the other products. We didn't stop there. So we now have, as a brand, we are consciously working towards taking inspiration from Indian culture and products we do. So this I connect to Ishan's talk yesterday, which he was talking about emoji. So we looked at rock art form of India, how we have gone through this communication medium. Now we are into emoji. So how can we bring that storytelling, that element of stories through our products? So we developed Aakar, taking inspiration. So this is like all handmade pieces where children actually can develop stories with the same pieces. And it can be also, psychotherapists have told that this tool is really helping them get to know the inner feelings of children, asking them to build a story and asking them their emotional connection to the story. This is an answer to the dexterity game, which was already always lingering in my mind. So we took the beautiful architecture of India and the jali patterns that we have, and we created a dexterity game here, where we took the elements and motifs from jali patterns, and you have to stack it and match without the whole tower falling. So it has this Indianness, and the beauty about it is the negative and positive form which we talk about, that comes through in the puzzle. And this is another product we did, where we took, this is again, I can connect to Aditi's talk yesterday where she was talking about Kathak. So we took Indian dance form of Chari, Karagam, Bhavai, where people stack pots on their top and balance it, and it has this rural connection of Indian women going for miles with pots trying to fill water. So we looked at the fine motors, and sir was saying about the fine motor skill, pincer grips, different grips children have, and we developed the form. And this is the whole stacking toy, we called it Tula, where you actually stack her in different ways, and you can see our artisans hand painting and developing the product. And this is some images of our customers in the past 1 year across India, how we have tried to reach their homes with people using our product for Ganesh Chaturthi, Krishna Jayanti. Somebody is using the Aka puzzles to make Onam invitations, and so people sending all the way from global how they have used it. And other interesting thing is grandparents have become our brand ambassadors, because they want to take toys which are very Indian to their children, NRI kids living abroad. So I would like to end saying that they say, picture says 1,000 words, and these toys that connect you with your roots. You can see that in the images in Indian children playing with something very Indian and which is connected to our roots. And at Studio Maniams is our Instagram page where you can keep seeing. We want to become like a boutique studio where we keep launching new products related to Indian culture. So you can visit us to see other works that we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kanaka, for your presentation. It was a wonderful presentation. Please write the questions or any curious questions in the end.